let it go, let it go, can't hold it back anymore. Frozen is Disney's newest movie, and probably their best movie that I've seen in forever, and I'm, like, radiating with excitement about this, and I just want to go watch it like 10 more times, and I want to own it right now and be able to watch it whenever I want, because it brings me back to this time when movies were good and when they made you happy, and they just, I don't know, I can't even explain how much I adored this movie, which I went into with really little knowledge, and I didn't even know really what it was about. I barely had really watched the trailer. Like, I think I saw the teaser trailer that just had Olaf and Sven, the reindeer. Yeah, I just didn't know really even what the story was at all, and I think that's a good way to go into this movie. So maybe you shouldn't watch this review if you haven't seen it, because I'm obviously going to talk a little bit about it. Frozen is about two sisters, and that's the core of this movie. It's so nice to see a movie that isn't really centered on a romance, but on the relationship between two sisters. I thought that was just so beautiful, and especially as someone who has a sister, it's not relatable, but just it's a little bit more touching, I guess. Frozen follows these two sisters who are princesses, and they're named Elsa and Anna. And Elsa has this magical power where she can turn things into ice and snow and winter, basically. And after an incident when they were children where Elsa almost really hurt Anna, she is forced to conceal the fact that she has this power from Anna, as Anna's memory kind of gets wiped of it, and they grow up very separate from each other, and just Elsa has such a strong fear of hurting her sister again. So they they grow up, they don't really ever become friends anymore, and Anna just feels like super abandoned by her sister. And basically during this one big ceremony where Elsa's becoming queen, something kind of sets her off, and she ends up freezing all of Arendelle, which is the place that they live. So it becomes this journey of Anna to find her sister again and to turn winter back into summer, and it's just this really beautiful story that's about family and relationship between these two sisters. And there's also some, romantic interest and stuff too with Kristoff and Hans, these two male characters. The music in this movie, I really like Tangled. I'm a huge fan of Tangled, so I don't want to say, like, Disney hasn't made a movie that has had good music in a long time, but this movie just really has such a great soundtrack. It's so classically Disney in that it's very much a musical. There's music constantly throughout, and the musical numbers are so great in this, and it has music that you'll continue to sing, and I will continue to sing for a while, I guess. Like throwback to like the classic Beauty and the Beast or Lion King or Little Mermaid. The musical numbers in this are just that good. And there's this one particular musical number that features Olaf, the snowman, that is just a riot. It's completely hilarious. I was like literally dying of laughter throughout the whole thing. All of the musical numbers, though, are just so great. Kristin Bell is the voice of Anna, who's the more leading character, I guess, and I didn't even know she could sing at all, and I was just really impressed by her voice work in general. And then Idina Menzel, plays Elsa, and she's obviously this really famous Broadway actress who's done some other stuff, like she's been in Glee, and she was in Enchanted. And Jonathan Groff, who's also from Glee, and he's also a Broadway actor, who does Kristoff's voice. And then, I don't know, Santino Fontana, he does Hans, which is one of the other main characters. And Josh Gad is just so great as Olaf. I think Olaf is like my new favorite Disney character. He's just the perfect sidekick. He's so naive and optimistic and innocent and sweet and just completely hilarious too. I just completely loved Olaf so much. I want my own Olaf. Then the reindeer Sven is also a really great character. The animation in this movie is just brilliant. It's so beautiful because it's about winter and ice and all that. It's just spectacular to watch this transformation of this town into this kind of winter wonderland, and the detail in it, like there's so many little details just in the animation that were just it's such a pleasure, like, to watch such a greatly animated film. I don't know, there's not much to criticize or anything. It's just that movie that you can go in and watch and love, and your mood will just be uplifted. You're just gonna feel so amazing afterwards. And for me, it's just I already just am so willing to watch this movie again and again, and I'm gonna go back and see it again in theaters. I always say I don't have money to see movies twice, but I make an exception for Frozen. It's just like, I wanted to watch it again right after it ended. Yeah, this is just a movie that I can truly, truly feel so excited about, especially for an animated film. It's so cute. It's got such a great moral message. It has just everything in it, and it's kind of unconventional. And the way that the princesses are portrayed in this movie, they're not just so prim and proper. And I mean, Disney's done a good job at creating some really standout kind of characters, but especially with Anna, she plays this really quirky and clumsy, and she gives like more, I don't know, there's just more of a depth to her character, I found, and she's just not like this, she's a good like role model kind of character for young girls, which was just really nice. I just really loved the character and the way that she's portrayed for like this Disney princess. It's not like so much about the fact that they're princesses, but they're kind of more people. I love this movie. I cannot say enough about how much I love this movie, and it's definitely an A+++++. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. Like, I don't know, I want to say it's almost my favorite movie of the year, but I have to really work that out. Yeah, I'm in love with Frozen. I'm in love with it. So yeah, that's my review of Frozen. Please, please watch this movie multiple times if you want. It's totally worth it. All the hype around it is warranted. It definitely is one of the best movies that Disney has put out in forever. Also, there's a really cute little cartoon that comes before it called, I think it's like Mickey Mouse Gets a Horse or something, that I really liked. And it combined the old-fashioned black and white classic Disney cartoon animation of like those old Mickey Mouse cartoons with this 3D animated, really updated version. And the way that it kind of put those two things together I thought was really clever and really awesome to watch. So look out for that too. It plays right before Frozen. And yeah, I'm Adriana. My blog is fresh from the theater. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Thank you.